Turok to Seeds of Evil. Excuse me. Hey, this is Blind Sally. Welcome back to Turok 2, Seeds of Evil. This is the final video. We're going to grab all 6 Primagen Keys, revisit all our favorite levels, all of them, and go off and fight the Primagen. First things first, I promised I'd use the Razor Wind. So let's take it out for a spin. First off, we're gonna head to the Port of Adia.
Greetings, Turok. How may I assist you?
Gonna quick warp to the village section. There we go. And off we go. This is... yeah, just going for the Primagen Keys. All 6. This area here that we're about to go to is where we first found the tech bow in the very first level. And you may have already just picked up why I'm not such a fan of the Razor Wind. If you miss, it takes a moment for it to come back. And if it gets stuck on level geometry, it takes more than a few moments to get it back. However, it's very accurate. As you can see, if I actually get my feet on the guy here, yeah, there you go. And it's basically an instant decapitation or dismemberment if you hit the enemy right on. Good range, too. Alright, we were unable to grab this the first time through because we didn't have the right power, but here we go.
Primagen Keys found.
So once we have the key, we can just duck back to the warp portal and we'll go on to the next one. That's it for Port of Adia, folks. I lingered throwing the Razor Wind around so we could hear a bit of that sweet OST, but it's time to move on to the River of Souls. Warp to the Courtyard for this one. That'll get you closest. Ooh. If you get close enough to the Razor Wind, Joshua will just pick it up. But it's a matter of getting to it and it not getting stuck on a real annoying piece of geometry. This area is interesting in that you need at least 2 powers to get to it. Most of the Primagen Keys require just 1. Yeah, see what I mean there? I swear I hit that Raptoid the second time, but apparently not. And I'm not a fan of the jumping power because you cannot shoot your gun while midair. So the enemies that are guarding the Primagen Keys basically get a few free shots at you. Do not come here if you're low on health. Oh man. But when the Razor Wind hits, it really hits.
Greetings, Turok. How may I assist you?
Now, because we're doing this in order, we're going to head to Stage 3, the Death Marshes. You need to head to Death Marshes 3. Only labeled 3 because the devs didn't give any of the Death Marsh regions any interesting names. This one is in the Death Marsh water, which, although it still looks poisonous, I guess is fine to go in. And I don't know if this is because we've now purified the River of Souls or because we've had the breathe and water ability, and that makes us invulnerable to the poison, but regardless, down we go. There's a tunnel here that will take us to a little secret area off to the side.
Grenade launcher. Primagen key found.
There actually is a current under here, which is why it's more difficult getting back than it was getting to there. Now, if you're watching carefully, you can see Turok doesn't care about currents, and he can just physically motor through the water anyways.
Greetings, Turok. How may I assist you?
Now I'm going to switch guns here because the blind ones, they move around a lot. It is harder to hit them than it is to hit the dinosaurs and raptors. And there's a guy up there who I cannot hit. I can hear him. There he is. I'm going to get a couple of free shots in on me. This is lame, devs. There you go.
Firestorm cannon.
I really don't need to be using the grenade launcher for these tiny spiders, but it feels good.
Ultra health.
And there it is.
Primagen key found.
Now we're going to go to the Hive of the Mantids. I appreciate that for the Lair of the Blind Ones, you don't actually have to go into the Lair of the Blind Ones to get the Primagen Key. It's literally right at the entrance.
How may I assist you?
As you can see, hidden underwater tunnel. This takes us up to a catwalk we were unable to access before. And I'm just gonna... yeah, I'm gonna switch to a more effective mantid gun. They also move far too quickly for the Razor Wind to be super effective, so... Firestorm Cannon it is. And there's the walkway, so this is the other area that needs at least 2 powers to get to. And I think I even slipped. Yeah. Eat a death there. There are drawbacks to
8
running too
lives
quickly.
remaining.
Not a lot, but occasionally you get all max pain when you're walking across tiny, dreamscape ledges.
Primagen Keys found.
We're just passing the 11-minute mark right about now, and we've gotten 5 of the 6 keys. If you look at the time for this video, we got a while yet before we're done, but in about 10 minutes, I mean under 10 if I haven't died, probably. In under 10 minutes, you can get 5 of the 6 Primagen keys once you have all the power-ups.
How may I
The last key in the Primagen's light ship will probably take another 10 minutes, and then the last part of the video is just the Primagen fight. Just so you know where we're at. I didn't really keep track of where to warp around for the Primagen's light ship, so I actually find it just easiest to go to the hub and knock out section by section. Oh, and also because once you put in all 6 keys, you're locked into the boss fight. I figured I'd drop in the keys I had, just so you could see what it looks like.
Scorpion missile launcher.
Now, the cool thing I like about this force field here is you'll see there are 4 wings. Obviously, we know that. You see there are also 4 little metal things going around it, each with the green laser beam attached to it. As we shut off each of the panels in each wing, that wing's little metal clip or conduit, whatever that was, will shut off. So, if you're playing this and you aren't sure which wing you haven't hit the switch in, you have a visual cue in the hub waiting for you. Meanwhile, here we are back to this laser area. Underneath these stairs is the power-up button, block, home plate, whatever that is. The icon we need to float on over. Now, just around the corner with the switch is one of those super biobots. Each one of these switches is guarded by one. So bring explosives when you can. There it is. That's it. Force field 1 is down. If you look here, you can see it is deactivated. So now you can visually see, like I say, which wing has yet to be deactivated. And for, I don't know, organizational purposes, we'll just do this in order. So off to the second wing now. I'm entering through the exit portals because that gets us to our key areas. Switch areas? Our switch areas faster. But of course, I just need a moment to reorientate myself. This is me remembering where I'm supposed to be going. It's not in this area. I gotta go back one more portal. Yeah, you can see me thinking. The gears are spinning. Switch number 2. This is me trying to figure out which way back would be faster. I think it's about equidistant, but I decide to just keep going back this way. Very few respawning enemies, huh? I will, just as an aside, point out that pickups for the nuclear weapon do spawn in the little respawning ammo areas like the one we're at right now. So there's nothing really stopping me from using the nuke in other levels. It's not a very fun gun to use. It takes a bit of a wind up, and then it takes a moment to detonate. And when it does, it's about as powerful as you saw, an exploding shotgun shell. I will show it off a bit against Primagen. There just isn't much point to using it against regular enemies. Switch number 3 down. Now, I hinted at where all of the locations were in the last video of the switches. I didn't talk about it for the final one, but the final one is in fact through a water tunnel underneath one of the purification plants. Easy to miss. Very easy to miss. That's it though, here it is. We can get the last Primagen key. That's it. Force field down. Primagen key.
Primagen key found.
Now we gotta go fight the boss. Save the world. Heck, save the universe. And well, now that we're about to kill the Primagen, let's talk about his lore and how he's been done dirty by the N64 game. See, there's some nuance to the Primagen's backstory that just doesn't appear here. In the comics, yes, but not here. And it's interesting, it's some tragic nuance. Oh, and see that? I just picked up some ammo for the nuclear weapon. Ah. So, if you get it, don't be afraid to use it. You can restock it. It's just, as I've gone on again, not a fun gun.
Saved.
Oh, and I'm gonna save and stock up on ammo here because once you put in the final key, you're locked into the boss fight.
Greetings, Turok. How may I assist you? Ammo granted. Health granted. Game saved.
All right, let's get this over with. There is a little bit of a cutscene here, though, so let's check that out first. So, if you recall the opening cutscene, Adon tells Turok that the Primagen here is working to destroy the 5 energy totems that keep him prisoner in the lightship wreckage. She never says why he's imprisoned. Why does the Lazarus Concordance, the rulers of the Lost Land, build the totems to lock him up in the first place? What was his crime? We're told that if he blows up the totems and turns on the lightship, the universe will be destroyed, so that's as good a motivation as any. But what makes the Primagen evil? Well, according to the comic, his crime is curiosity. See, the Primagen was, I don't know, a scientist of some sort from a highly advanced race. Curious about the origins of the universe, the Primagen builds a time machine, the lightship, to go back and witness the Big Bang. His peers insist this is a bad idea and you absolutely shouldn't do it, but he does it anyways, only it doesn't work, because of course it doesn't. The lightship goes back in time, but it pulls bits and bobs of different worlds in different points of time with it until it reaches the beginning of existence, and like the whole left in time and space pulls everything with it, and they all condense together around the lightship and compress until boom, we've got a Big Bang. Or another Big Bang, or at the very least, it's our Big Bang. Just to pause here and talk about the gameplay for a moment, you'll notice that the nuclear weapon actually did a surprising amount of damage to the Primagen. And now he's pausing here, and there's a weird sort of crinkling sound. And I'm not doing any damage because, well, if you don't cause... Yeah, see there? Yeah. He just regened health. When the Primagen does that weird crinkly sound effect thing and stand there, you have to cause massive trauma to his head to stop him from regenerating health. So I'll stop him this time, though. With the nuclear weapon. Nope. It takes too long to wind up. Oh, and he walked out of range. Oh, the nuclear gun. Okay. Anyways, our universe is created. Billions of years of evolution go by, and we get to the point where the Lost Land and Earth as we know it and the Turok universe exist. The whole time, the Primagen is asleep here in the lightship. The Lazarus Concordance, the rulers of the Lost Land, they find it, somehow realize what it is, and build the energy totems to keep the Primagen locked up, just in case he wakes up and decides to turn on the lightship again. Enter Talset, the campaigner, and the events of Turok 1. After the end of the game, Talset tosses the Chronoscepter, the ultimate weapon, into a volcano. This happens in a comic. This destroys the Chronoscepter, but causes an explosion that wakes up the Primagen. The Primagen looks around, freaks the fuck out, and immediately makes plans to leave the lightship and try to return to his now long-extinct universe. Because this is terrifying and sad and tragic. Unfortunately for us, doing so will destroy our universe, so Turok has to stop him. And unfortunately for us, Primagen has help from Turok 2's sequel bait, Oblivion, the patron saint of non-existence. Sucks to be the Primagen, though, because, well, we're going to kill him. In the comics, though, the Primagen just kind of gives up. Turok talks him down, and he decides not to destroy this brand new universe that he accidentally created. So, yeah, I don't know. Anyways, let's talk about some of the mechanics here. Boom, headshot. Stop that regen. So as you can see, we are in a big circular arena. The Primagen sends out little drones to distract us, and when he hides in his little control panel there will be like falling bomb grenade things, and when he gets bored, he comes down here and leaves himself open for lots of damage from me. I mean, you think he would just hide in that little control panel the whole time, but no. Like other boss arenas, ammo and health respawn all around, and like other boss arenas, you can only hurt the Primagen in certain parts of his body in different stages. First, it's the little insect legs above his head, then it's the little insect legs on the side, and in the final stage, you just shoot him in the head until he's dead. It's a Turok 2 boss fight. It's pretty rote by this point. You know, I say it's rote, but I am about to eat a death here. I get a bit lazy and don't work to dodge. The Primagen does actually cause quite a bit of damage, especially if he hits you with those sonic blasts that he sometimes shoots out, because they will cause, as they go through Joshua, they will cause lots of damage. They'll just keep hitting you as they work their way through you. And here I think I should try and show off the nuclear gun. I really should. And look at how my health just melts away. I forgot to strafe. Unfortunately, that kicks us back to the very beginning of the boss fight, so I'm just gonna cut out me redoing the first and second stage and go right back to the third stage. Now, if I don't mess around with the nuclear gun, if I just stick to the good old reliable exploding shredder, there you go. That's it. Even with half a brain, the Primagen can keep on kicking. So at this moment, I don't know how, the energy totems decide to fire off and kill him. There we go. That's it. Just obliterate him. I don't know why the Lazarus Concordance didn't just do this to begin with, but boom.
The Primagen has been destroyed, Turok. The combined energy from the totems has shattered his body and destroyed the last traces of his telepathic powers. The Omniverse is in your debt. I have been unable to identify the force which conspired against you during your battle with the Primagen. Its form eluded me. While I searched, a feeling of dread washed over me, a feeling unlike any that I have ever experienced. There is a natural balance in the cosmos between that which we define as good and that which we know as evil, light and dark, order and chaos. Although I have been unable to gain any specific knowledge of this being, its energy signature feels as if it exists beyond either fundamental force. And one other thing, Joshua. Each time I scanned this entity's signature, I also detected the energies of the Turok lineage as well. Whatever it is, your ancestors have dealt with it before.
And that's it. Roll credits. See, I love this game. I kind of don't really like the ending because it turns the whole game into just a whole bunch of prologue setup for Turok 3, Shadows of Oblivion. Thank you for watching, though. This has been Blind Sally. This has been Turok 2, somewhat quickly. I'll see you later.